Okay, guys, welcome to tonight's Zoom. Just wanted to follow up with a couple of things before we get to the coaching video. We had a fairly big weekend red card wise. I think it was 10 or 11 red cards, which is a big increase in what we've been doing, and about half of those are umpire abuse. So I'm really conscious of the fact that I did speak about it last week, and I guess it was fresh in everyone's mind. It was pleasing to see that all of the ones that were reported were ones that needed action, so there wasn't anyone overreacting. If you weren't on last week's Zoom, have a look at the coaching notes and all the replay of the Zoom, because there's some important messages in that. We have got the leagues back in standing up to any unwarranted abuse, but I also want to remind everyone that we don't want to be going overboard and I guess reporting things which don't need to be reported. See if we can try and diffuse situations with our communication and perhaps free kicks or 25s or yellow cards before we resort to red cards. I guess the league certainly has a strong standpoint in protecting umpires, which is fantastic. We just need to make sure that we're not contributing the situation by saying anything inappropriate or dealing with situations not in the best way. So yeah, if you need to remind yourself on the advice, just go back to last week's Zoom meeting. But well done for those people on the weekend that did deal with those situations in the right way. We've got some milestones this week. 50th game for Ian Milson, all field umpires. So Ian's doing his 50th game this week. 100th game, Jamie Chambers. 500th game, Simon Hedger. Big one for Simon. And even bigger than that, 600th game to Brad Webber. So well done to all you guys. Great service to the league, and enjoy your milestone games this coming Saturday. All right, I wanted to have a quick chat about ball ups. We've had a bit of a nasty incident on the weekend. I see Brendan Gore's on the line. Actually, Brendan, you want to just unmute yourself and talk what happened to you?
Yeah, Colin, can you hear me?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. So there was a ball up. There was a bit of a hard tackle, so I went in to get in there quick. And as I've balled it up and I'm backing out, and then as I've backed out, I've just been crashed into my back.
Yep. And what was the consequence of it all, mate?
I got a bit of a gash in the back of my head, and the player that ran into me had a big gash on his forehead.
All right. For those that haven't seen Brendan the last couple of days, I'll show you the picture they got sent me. Just bear with me. It's a pretty decent gash. So that's Gory's gash from the incident. I'll show you the incident in just a minute. And as Gory mentioned, the Broadview player ended up with the injury of his own through the collision. Ended up being taken to hospital, unfortunately. So it wasn't good for anyone. Now let's see if I can get the right screen up. Just bear with me. Here we go. So you can see here, Corey's come in to toss the ball up, toss up pretty quickly, and the two ruckmen come in, and Corey does well to blow the whistle for the ball up, but in the aftermath there was obviously a big delay in caring for both Gory and the player. So a couple of points I want to make about this one. Gory and I have had a bit of a chat about it. I don't care if you just slightly delay throwing the ball up. I think it's important that we clear a path for ourselves before we throw the ball up. Now, I can see that he's got the ball and he's in a quick hurry to get the ball going. We don't obviously do ruck nominations, but I think it is very wise to have an awareness of where the ruckmen are, and if they are behind you running in, maybe just delay that throw up a second or two. You don't want to delay it too much, but yeah, I guess you just got to have a real awareness of the players around you. And if there are players behind you, because once you've thrown the ball up, we really want your eyes straight ahead of the ball the whole time. We don't want you looking behind you to see where they are. So make sure if there are players behind you, ask them to move. Make it clear to everyone you're backing out, especially when there's a lot of players around the ball. So yeah, Gory does it really quickly, and then obviously the ruckmen are running in. They've got eyes for the ball, and they're focusing on going the right contest. So yeah, there's a responsibility for the ruckman to not run into that area, but there's also our responsibility for clearing the area. And to me, it was just a very unfortunate accident.
Hospital.
And yeah, so essentially the so yeah, it's one of those things. But I've also spoken to umpires lately about where there's some umpires that have a habit of the moment they throw a ball up, they're automatically looking behind themselves every single time. We don't want that happening. You really need to be focused on the ruckman in front of you or the players in front of you. So once you throw the ball up, your eyes should be ahead the whole time. So again, if you have to delay throwing it up for a moment or two, just while you clear that path, you make sure the ruckmen are in front of you. You're much less likely to have something like that happen. Any questions on any of that?
Kyle?
Yep.
I've been doing it for a while. I'm not waiting for them to nominate, but just waiting for the actual two ruckmen that we noticed through the day to get to the contest.
Yep. Yeah, so that's really what I was saying. Yep. Yep. And you know, I guess if one is miles behind getting there, you don't want to wait for them to get there, you know, but it's having an awareness of where they are. So you're right. If you can see them both coming in, and you know, you just kind of delay that throw up until they're there. I think that makes sense. I really don't want free kicks for runners running into the wrong area, or if their perhaps brush you. It doesn't hurt to have a quick warning if you're concerned about where a player's going. Just like make sure you stay out of the way. But if there is in that case, both ruckmen ran into Brendan really, so you couldn't really pick on one of them. If there's a serious contact, you can pay a free kick, but a lot of the time it is just genuine, accidents and these things happen. So let's just be proactive before we throw it up. Yeah, as Matt said, if you need to delay and just wait for him to come to the ruck contest. I know Gory was doing that for the rest of the game after that collision, that's for sure. Any other comments or questions on that? Okay, let's get on to the coaching video. Now, where are we? Okay. All right. So hopefully you guys have had a bit of a chance to have a look at this. So what's your decisions? Matt, you can start out with the first one.
Yeah, it's hold the ball. Had prior opportunity, didn't dispose correctly.
Yep. If you had got a clear handball away,
play on.
But yeah, you can watch that again in replay if you want, and you can see it's quite clearly not a handball. So yeah, holding the ball is the one we want there. Let's see who else I can ask. Someone I haven't asked before. I reckon I've asked you, Iggy. You want to unmute yourself and have a go at this next one?
You hear me? Can you hear me, Cole?
Yeah, mate, far away.
Yeah, I reckon the South ruckman picks the ball up, spun around 360. That's his prior opportunity. He's legally tackled by the step player. No clear kick or handball. His arm was pinned, holding the ball.
Okay. So I agree with the indecision with you. Perhaps I would say there might not have been a prior opportunity. He does grab it and is tackled straight away. But the key here is that he's only held by one arm. So the ball is loose and it's up to him to make an attempt. So my explanation of it would be no prior opportunity, but there's no genuine attempt to dispose of it. He's then given a time to try and to get it out, which he doesn't do so, and therefore hold the ball after that. All right, Simon Hedger, 500 gamer. You've got number 3.
This is different to the ones I actually saw earlier. So your videos. So it was all about positioning.
That's the one that's on the link. But anyway, far away.
No, because the ones on the link I had were about positioning.
Yeah, this is positioning, but we've got some what's your decisions before we get to it. Anyway,
okay. I'll have a bit of a shot. Can I have it again, please?
Do you get it again on the day? All right, let's have another go.
He did try to fend off. So that's, I think, his prior opportunity. So it's holding the ball.
Yep, correct. I guess the big question, which the camera doesn't really show, is does he get a handball out? It's a bit hard for that angle to see. If he
it's a bit difficult angle to actually see it.
I think it's a pretty fair bet though that his handball is not a legit handball. So really, there's prior opportunity without the fend off, but certainly the fend off is another reason why there's prior opportunity. So he must immediately handball or kick, which he doesn't do. So holding the ball is correct. All right. Next one, Chris Lambert. Short one for you. I reckon we've had this one before, but far away.
It's hard to see on the phone, but I'm guessing not 15 play on.
Yeah. That's the point of that one, is just make it clear. Be sure that it's travelled 15 before you pay a mark. So in that instance, it doesn't look like it's travelled the required distance. So play on it is. Greg Franks. Unmute yourself, mate. And you got number 5.
I'm squinting to see these, by the way, Cole.
Yeah. All right, did you get that one?
No idea.
All right. Because Simon asked for it, you can have it again as well. Get a clue. Last act of play. Did you get it that time, mate? All right.
No.
Hey, Cole.
Yeah, is that Buzzy? No,
it's Joel.
Who was it? Who's that?
It's Joel.
Oh, Joel? Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Just a few.
I'm struggling to see it as well, but I'm pretty confident. I reckon it was an FAD. It looked like it was late, he got rid of it, and then there was probably a couple of seconds before the bump came in on him after that.
Yep. So yeah, I understand that sometimes the vision isn't great on the Zoom. Go and watch the link later on. Clearly an FAD, and yeah, he kicks it and then he's contacted. So the point there is you need to keep your eyes on the ball player after he kicks or handballs the ball, because that's often where things like that happen. All right, so moving on to some examples around positioning. So there's some examples here of some really good running and positioning from Sample League umpires. And this is why they're doing Sample League. And I understand that some of you or some of the guys you're umpiring with are umpiring lower level or B or C grade footy. And that can be because they just aren't capable of doing some of this stuff. But we're going to run through it. So for those of you who have ambitions to umpire higher level footy, know what it takes. And even for those of you who are perhaps not as fit or not as young and quick as you used to be, there are some things you can learn from this positioning, even though you might not be capable of running quite as quick as some of these guys. So first one's from Tom Bryce, who's an outstanding umpire. And if you do work hard and you're urgent about what you're doing, you're more likely to get the right free kick. So here, throws the ball up. His aim is to get 20, 25 metres away. So you can see he gets distance between him and the ball. And then when he blows the whistle, he sprints in. So that's what you should be aiming to do every time to get that to that distance. Here, maintaining distance is Tommy Burke. He's not getting sucked into the play. So the moment he blows the whistle, he's running in. But before that, he's maintaining his 20, 25 metres and getting an angle on the play. If you find yourself blowing the whistle for a ball up and you're walking and you're almost right there, it shows you haven't got the distance right. You need to be sprinting in once you've... So here, Mitch Scott it is. He keeps angling around. Really, if he was going to stand still from where he was, he would have no idea where the ball was or what the ball player's head and shoulders, where they are, whether there's any free kicks. This one here, this is a great example. So you really want to anticipate knowing where the ball player is going to go. In the end, he gets caught holding the ball, but he's running ahead of the play. So if you've got the sprinting ability and you see someone taken off like that, try and outrun the player because you're going to get to the position, the right position sooner than you otherwise would. So again, pack develops, umpire is on the move around, and again, if you're a lower level, B grade, C grade umpire, you'll often find those type of umpires are flat-footed, they stand still. But the better umpires, the umpires that are going to do higher grades, are always going to be on the move. If you're in control of the play, you should never be walking, you should never be standing still. In those situations, if you don't keep moving around a pack, it's likely that there's going to be players who get in your way. So another key about this positioning and your observation is focusing on the players in your zone. So that means as an umpire who's not in control of the play, and so with us doing a 2-umpire system, if you're an umpire number 2 and the other umpire has control of the play, you are responsible for the players in your area, not focusing on what you need to have an awareness of where the ball is. So it'd be 10% vision on where the ball is. In this case here, I think it's David Soberage is the umpire. You can see that he's focused very much on the players in his end zone. So you've got the umpire in the middle who's watching the players for where the ball was. You can see when the ball comes in here, Dave's vision is very much on the players in his area. And in the end, he gets the right free kick because his focus is in the right area and he's got the right distance from the play. So you want to keep the ball player under observation at all times, adjusting to where the ball goes. Now you can see here, there's a handball there. The observation from the umpire is momentarily on the player who's just got the handball, so there's that last act of play, but he's turning his body, so he's not turning his back on where the ball is. And then he's maintaining his vision on the ball player, and then obviously keeping an eye on that last act of play after he kicks it. So if you can avoid turning your back on the players, that's a good thing. And again, just responsible for the players in your zone. You can see here, by focusing on the players in the zone, the umpire picks up a really good, and we'll just show it again. The umpire pays a really good blocking free. So if you look downfield at where the ball's going, you'll see that the Westies player bumps the Glenelg player illegally out of the marking contest. And if you're focusing on where the ball's coming from, you're going to miss those type of free kicks. And be urgent what you do, decide and commit. So in this example here is a good kicking in danger paid. And I think it's Ryan Hundermark as the umpire here, pays the right free kick, and then it gets in. And this is what you can learn from often in our games. There's a bit of volatility. There's players on the ground where there's likely going to be some pushing and shoving. If that's the case, use the tap to initiate a switch. So here Ryan wants to stay there to make sure there's no remonstration that he's got a presence, and the other umpire goes down to take the next kick. So the key messages from that video: you want to keep a distance, so 20-25 meters in general play. You want to be moving so you see the ball player's head and shoulders and the footy, and that helps you with your consistent decision making. All right, any questions or comments on that video tonight? Some really good examples. Again, if you need to go back and watch the replay of the coaching video, the links will be in the coaching notes. It's on the website. And yeah, a big part of being a good umpire is good positioning. All right, any other questions, comments from the weekend that anyone wants to raise before we wind up tonight? All right, very good. All right, guys, thanks for logging on tonight. We'll send out the notes shortly, and we'll see you on Wednesday night.